Every August, when many students in Britain prepare for the first day of the new term by deciding what clothes to wear and what books to buy, Pearson College pupils begin the long journey from all corners of the world to an island on the west coast of Canada. This will be their home for the next year. But what is so special about these students? And why does the school even exist?
If you go back to the very beginning, when Kurt Hahn founded the first United World College, the idea was really to, as him being a refugee himself from Germany, as a German Jew who escaped the Nazis in the early 30s, post-World War II, he felt that he wanted to do something to make sure that this would never happen again. And hence he founded the first United World College, and quite intentionally brought students from around the world with the idea that at this young, impressionable age, if they got to really understand each other, got to know each other, then they would be much less likely to be engaged in warfare in the future. And so that was in the 60s, and the question is, well, in the year 2012, what is our focus today?
Lester B. Pearson is a school part of the United World College movement. It welcomes pupils between the ages of 16 and 19 from over 100 different countries each year, in the hope that this multinational education will promote greater understanding and awareness of other cultures.
Whether it's sharing the fact that you're an Israeli-Palestinian, or that you have an old Chinese poem that you'd like to share with an audience that might not have heard it, or that you're from Argentina and you want to share the tango, which is an Argentinian tradition or form of culture. So the notion of sharing is very important.
This colourful style of learning has turned out many talented people over the years, but it isn't all singing and dancing. The students must still attend classes.
And you say, I would like to have Canadian dollars, and I will give you my US dollars. So the bank is actually buying.
There is a clear trend in successful individuals being produced by Pearson College, from famous politicians to authors and actors. But what makes these students so special?
Students are really smart. I would say they are smart people, but also they have this hunger of knowledge. So for us as teachers, me personally, I come to the class, I try to come very prepared, but also always there's going to be a question that you don't know where it's going to come from, because we have all the different cultures here.
These are highly intelligent and switched-on students, as their teachers have pointed out. Former Scottish Labour leader and Pearson College alum Wendy Alexander believes that this is because the students at Pearson are trusted with much more responsibility in comparison to those pupils at our own schools.
And our current education system in the United Kingdom tends to be much more hierarchical, and whilst not perhaps infantilising children, certainly doesn't give young people the chance to mature and grow and show responsibility early in the way the Pearson experience allowed for. And I've always tried to retain that knowledge and experience, and I hope that as the education system in this country evolves, we will see young people being able to take more responsibility.
But perhaps the reason these students can be given so much more responsibility is because they have been carefully selected from their respective countries based on the promise and potential they show to use education as a force to bring peace. But that isn't all they have in common. All the pupils here are on full scholarships donated by various benefactors and foundations. Scottish student James Turner expresses his gratitude towards his scholarship donor.
Without the Henry Foundation, I wouldn't be here. I have no clue where I'd be right now, but I just know that I wouldn't have had such a fantastic experience, and for that I'm honoured and forever grateful.
Do you think they'll be able to continue to give this scholarship to students?
I'm not too sure exactly what the financial situation with the Henry Foundation is, but I really hope that a Scottish student gets the same experience as I'm getting.
Without the full scholarship, many of these students could not afford to be here.
I have 3 other sisters younger than me, and they're all going through schooling back home too. So I remember when I applied, my mom and I agreed that if I didn't get the full scholarship, I wouldn't be able to go to a United World College.
In my opinion, it's a good thing because, of course, like that's why I'm here, and I'm really grateful for it. But also, I think that it's really sad that the college can't afford to have 200 students anymore. So we're only 160 now.
I probably wouldn't have even considered the school, or it probably wouldn't have come up. The idea of a full scholarship, I think, is quite rare.
A non-means-tested full scholarship school is practically unheard of. Even within the UWC movement, none of the other 12 schools apply this policy. But after 38 years of existence, the school is struggling to maintain itself, and due to lack of funding, its survival is under threat.
It's hard for us to explain what our return is when we're essentially a high school. You know, the people leave here, they go to university, and then they go on and on and on. And it's a long-term investment from a donor's point of view. And we've got quite a few donors who get that. And I think one of the strengths we have is the full scholarship. Like, we can say that we are bringing in, you know, the refugee from Rwanda, or the kid who survived the civil war in Sierra Leone, or whatever. And those are compelling stories. But it is getting harder and harder, I think, to find somebody who wants to give a scholarship.
Yet despite these challenges, Pearson College fundraisers will continue to highlight to donors that it is not just an education they are helping to sustain, but rather a home, a place where students from all walks of life can learn more about themselves and each other.
Who are you? That's something you're going to have to determine before you leave. Your education. Because in the process of learning all of the things that you've got to learn outside, the most important thing that you're going to learn and must learn is who you are here.
While it is uncertain how much longer Pearson College will be able to sustain itself, many of the students are hopeful that others from their home countries will be granted with the same privilege as they were. But right now they are just grateful for this opportunity and talk wishfully of how they will use their knowledge gained at Pearson in the future.
I hope to go to the UK.
To study in Canada still. I think it'd be really nice to stay in the country.
I hope, I don't know, something nice.
Medicine or economics, and then I hope to go home and apply this.
Go to the university, that's like in my plans, and after I finish I go back to my community and work there, like give back to them what I've learned here.
This is too good to be true. Today I call Lester B. Pearson United World College of the Pacific my home. More importantly, today my heart overflows with gratitude for your generosity, support, and belief in the UWC movement, which ultimately allow individuals like myself to experience a truly unique and life-changing program.